EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready up. Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Coming to you. Coming to you. You go first. Let's go.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Break. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Get this work on. Hey, Delta. Look at me. Zipper.
Minshew, 1st and 10. The open man is Westbrook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
A gain of 16 yards.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On the ready. Check. 45. Drop deep. 6-6. Pull it high. Ready.
He's got the first down inside the 10. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Recon, 152 fighter. Fight.
Here's the 5th-round rookie from Temple. It's Raquel Armstead. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Raquel Armstead, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hey, pick a 61. Matchbox lights. Step.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Hey, exit. Hey. 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Topper. Shoot.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. 80 weapon.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, they're natural.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down. And you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Okay, ready?
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 26-yard line. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Looking to throw again on second down. Minshew, he's got the hook up with Conley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Conley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make the score 14-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Undercrunch. Check 13. Check X3. 218. Chop. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 24. Check 24. Hey. Look. Squeeze. Check 3. Shoot.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Hey, Foxtrot. We want it. Come to my world. 22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. They've got got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable, and there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now it's Lindsey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That good for 19 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll run with Lindsey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Lindsey. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. So on 3rd and goal, Gordon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Topper! Check 53, Mike. Let's go, baby. We turn up. Get that. Hey, high 7. Get it.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Hey, orbit. 53. Now. Come on, D. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike. Now.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Minshew. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Go, shoot.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Got his man, it's Eifert. And now look at this, big gain but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Set up.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, zoom.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
Here's Locke to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And McManus able to put it through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
X3, 218, chop it. 5.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
On the ready. Let's go. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Get it.
3rd and 2, Lock's going to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. Blue draw quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Locke now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down. Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a carry for Lindsey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
To throw it is Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsay. His 2nd touchdown on the season. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
80 weapons. Hey, Delta. 51, Mike 51. Let's go.
Here's Minshew. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Minshew sets to throw. And able to find Conley.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Minshew, his throw incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
All right, T, let's go. 2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers. Switch it. Bang, 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 bang. Hard. Hey, exit.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Flushed out right. Open man is Westbrook, complete. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Go now. 50, plant.
Mike, they're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing football.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Conley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
18 Gator. I'm trying to collect. 6-6, pull it high. Get it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Hey, Charlie.
24 is the mic. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 24 is the mic. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 24 is the mic. All day, every day, any day. Go.
Lock gonna go on fourth down. And this is incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Past the 20. He's got the hook up with Conley. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Conley, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. And the return will stop right around the 25. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Down. 8, read.
Right here, right here. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Let's go. Let's go. Get hit. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Jarrell Casey able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Hey, Haywood. Ready?
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Lambeau on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now in this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Locke. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Locke going to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. AT Gator. Greystone, travel. Flare.
Locke looks to throw it again. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Locke now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Noah Fant. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Ready,
6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal.
Let's go, baby.
Locke now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You just tried to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
At their own 16-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.
I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.